Welcome back to another Pokemon Falling Friday, your one-stop shop for all your Pokemon information. We go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. And we do also cover any big Pokemon news like cards or sets that get revealed. And if I do see any good deals, I always try to throw them in here too. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is MetaTCG. I did all the research and I found it's the best possible website for you guys to sell or trade in your bulk Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering, or even Yu-Gi-Oh! Looks like they got a Gym Hero Sabrina's Gengar. They even got a base set Blastoise you could get. They got some staff cards. And it is so easy to sell your cards. You just fill out this bulk submission, then tell them exactly how many cards you have, put them all in the right spots, and then put your info in. They all have to be near mint. And then there's even a video that shows exactly how to package it. So they streamline everything. They make it super, super simple. So definitely check them out. All the links are in the description. All right, let's get to it. Hopping to PokeBeach, we got McDonald's Japan to distribute Pokemon cards and Happy Meals, which doesn't seem crazy, but it's the first time in a decade McDonald's Japan will be distributing promo cards in its Happy Meals. From August 9th to 11th, customers can get a new Pikachu promo plus 1 of 5 promo cards. Pikachu looks pretty nice. I like that they actually got like the burger and stuff in there. Pretty solid. But yeah, that's pretty much all the Pokemon news besides Mega Evolution dropping on the Pokemon Center a couple days ago. Let me know down below if you guys were able to get any booster boxes or Pokemon Center ETBs. I was actually super late to it because I was outside playing with my daughter. It was so nice out. And I jumped in a few hours after it went live, and I still was able to get it. It took me like an hour to probably get in, and I had no problem ordering. So definitely do not give up. Even if it's later in the day, still give it a try. This is legit like the only booster box going down in price at all for the Scarlet and Violet era. You guys do not want to miss the next Market Monday. We have a ton of movement on a ton of Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. I was shocked. So Obsidian was at $250, got down to $233, back up to about $242. Now last sold $227, $225, $229, $216. I still don't even know who's paying $230 for this Obsidian Flames booster box. Still blows my mind. Next, we have Astral Radiance, the only Sword and Shield booster box to come down at all. Last sold $413, now last sold is $373, $371, $360, $350. Next, we have the Stellar Crown Pokemon Center ETB. This got up to $150, now last sold $115, $111, $123. We got a sale at $104. Next, we have the Koraidon Pokemon Center ETB, just down a little bit. Got up to about $210, now last sold $198, $200, $195, $199, $215. So the first time we're really seeing sales below $200 for this box. This box just keeps going to like $230 back to like $190. Next, we have the 151 Alakazam EX box. It's got up to $65, now last sold $42, $49, $47, $38, and $43. Next, we have Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. I should have put these with the other special illustration rares, but whatever. This got up to $402. Now last sold $398, $378 with a picture, $370, $375. Next, we have the Cynthia's Garchomp EX. Got up to $223. Now last sold $201, $200, $199. If I had to guess, probably a $150 card when it like really settles. All right, next we have the Ethan's Ho-Oh down just a little bit. Got back up to like 150-ish. Now that sold 139, 170, 149, 139, 135. So kind of going to have to hunt for a good deal for that one. Next, we even have one of these staff cards coming down. We don't check staff cards a ton on here, but I think we're going to start checking them a little bit more. So we got the Destined Rivals Gyarados staff. Was $62 originally. Went all the way up to $180. Now last sold 160, 165, 153, and 170. Next, we have the Latios illustration rare. This thing just keeps slowly falling. Bounced back a little bit, but now last sold 25, 23, 24, 20. Another one at 23. Next, we have the Ends Reshiram Journey Together stamp promo. This thing just keeps going up and down. Was at $10, got up to 23, back down to 13, back up to 26. Now last sold 17, 19, 19, and 13. And the highest sale we have is $29. Next, we have the Greninja EX Special Illustration Rare promo. This was $30 for the longest time, got up to 47. Now last sold 35, 35, 44, 34. I feel like this should easily be a $30 card. Next, we have the Gold Star Greninja from Celebrations. This was like a $7, $8 card, went all the way up to 26. Now last sold 11, 13, 14, 15, and 10. Next, we have the Pokemon Center Pikachu promo. Love this thing. Got up to $116. Now last sold 68, 67, 63, 60. That is such a drop. That is crazy. Next, we have the Koraidon Pokemon Center ETB with the exact same looking graph. Got up to $82. Now last sold $54, $54, $57. But these are the cards I'm definitely keeping my eye out for sure. Because, I mean, we're already getting them at much better prices than what we got them at before. They're definitely going to drop a little bit more. But I'm always keeping my eye out for clean copies because these are worth a ton in a PSA 10. Next, we have the Miraidon Pokemon Center promo. This was at $77. Now last sold $51, $51, $49, $47. Next, we have the Eevee Pokemon Center stand promo. It's got up to $144, which is just wild. Now last sold $47, $48, $53, $46. Next, we have the Enzurua Pokemon Center stand promo. This got up to $55, never that expensive. Now that's sold $38, $37, and $40. Next, we have the Pokemon Center Noctowl promo. This got up to $54, now last sold $36, $37, and $34. Next, we have the Umbreon EX from Prismatic Evolutions. There's a ton of Scarlet and Violet special illustration coming down in price right now. This was at $1,600. Now last sold $950, $999, $934. We only have one sale over $1,000. That sold for $1,050, and it does have a picture, so it's probably just someone, trying to get that PSA 10 quality card. Next, we have the Sylveon. This thing was at $560. Now last sold $330, $340, $334, and $350. I think that thing will be below $300 very soon. The Leafeon was at $461. Now last sold $265, $271, $273, $272. Next, we have the Espeon EX from Prismatic Evolutions. This is at $424. Now last sold $229, $225, and $235. That is super good to see. If Espeon gets below $200, that is going to be awesome. Because to be honest, these cards should have never been this expensive. Like, this is just unheard of. Even compared to Evolving Skies, I mean, the prices on these SIRs was just wild because even like the non-evolution ones were so expensive. All right, next we have the Greninja EX from Twilight Masquerade. This is the card that started our boom. This is at $405. Now last sold $268, $267, and $275. Next we have the Vaporeon EX. This was at $387. Now last sold $221, $220, $229, and $219. So getting really close to below $200. Next, we have the Jolteon EX. This is at $331. Now last sold $195, $215, $195, $208. So good to see those $100 sales. Next, we have the Glaceon, was at $338. Now last sold $196, $189, $187. Next, we have the Flareon EX. This was the first evolution to drop below $200. This is at $408. Now last sold $185, $190, and $187. Next, we have the Eevee EX from Prismatic. This is not the promo. This is the one you can actually pull, the one with like the vines and leaves and stuff. This is at $239. Now last sold $121, $115, $116. We got it damaged at $95. But to be honest, I could definitely see this card being $80, $90. Next, we have the Milotic EX from Surging. This was a $150 card for a long time. Now last sold $93, $90, $92, $85, $80. So this card is officially in the mid 80s to low 90s. That is just insane. Next, we have the Salamence EX finally going down in price a tiny bit. Last sold $75, $79, $74, $70. It was basically $80 the entire time. Next, we have the Raging Bolt EX from Temporal Forces. It's got up to $106. Now last sold $70, $70, $69, and $75. So getting really close to the 60s. Next, we are jumping to eBay, checking out the new Mega Evolution Pokemon Center ETBs. Last sold for the Mega Lucario, $170. We got the set at $300. Mega Lucario, $160, best offer accepted. Another set for $300. Looks like we got both Pokemon Center ETBs and the booster box for $550. We got the Gardevoir at $180. Let me know down below if you guys like the Gardevoir box better or the Lucario box better. Now, I think the Lucario box has the Riolu promo, and then I want to say the Gardevoir has the Alakazam, which doesn't make sense to me, but honestly, I really like the Alakazam promo, so I don't care. But yeah, it just bugs my OCD a little bit, because it should have technically been like Ralts to match the other one, but like I said, I like Alakazam more, so. And just think of that Pokemon Center Alakazam promo. It's going to be one of our best promos, in my opinion. So yeah, I'd say on average about 150-ish for the Pokemon Center ETB. Now, here's the booster box. Now remember, this comes with an awesome Bulbasaur box topper. Like, probably the best Bulbasaur card we've gotten. I think it's better than 151 and Stellar Crown. So you have to keep that in mind. So last sale, $270, $270, $260, and $299 before that. All right, next we're checking out a couple of the Black Bolt and White Flare cards because some people already have them. And we got a few sales on eBay, not a ton. So we got the Electric here at $31, best offer accepted with $23 in shipping from the UK. So we're just going to ignore that one. We got Sandile, which we already have a Sandile illustration rare. But again, it's Gen 5, so they're doing every one. That was $30, best offer accepted. We got the Carcoaster for $20. We got the Seismitoad. Now this is just an illustration rare, but this is the same artist who did Magikarp and stuff. Sold for $130. And we will be checking the SIRs in a minute. That's why I skipped the Zekrom. And that is Japanese. We got a Pansage. Beautiful card. Sold for $6. The Servine, Middle Evolution. Never gets any love. Sold for $16. We got the Unfezant for $20. Tortuga for about $20. Girder for $15. And that is honestly about it. Like I said, not a ton of sales. Next, we're checking White Flare. So we got the Keldeo EX Special Illustration Rare for $50. Lillipup for $20. So we got the Dino Illustration Rare that sold for $6. I'm actually obsessed with this whole line. And then we got these Violas here for $6. And the rest are Japanese. All right, we are getting to the goods here. We got the Genesect SIR sold for $150 from Black Bolt. Then we have these Zekroms at $700, best offer accepted. Another Genesect at $100. We got the Zekrom SIR at $375 on 7 bids. Another Zekrom, $500, best offer accepted. Another one at $370. We got an Excadrill at $150. I don't know who would buy that at that price. It is a beautiful card, but still, it's very expensive for that. Then we got both ends plans here, the regular one and the SIR sold for $199. What else do we have? I think that is about it for that. Next, we got White Flare. We got a Keldeo at $300, best offer accepted. Hydreigon at $295, $299. We got a Vanilla Lux here at about $16. This is a regular illustration rare. Then here is the Reshiram. So definitely worth a lot more than the Zekrom. Sold for $650 with 30 bids. The higher ones for Zekrom were all best offer accepted. Next, we got the Bouffalant here. This is a super cool special illustration. We're actually seeing this in Japanese the other day. It looks super nice. $99, best offer accepted. Another Reshiram SIR at $510. Hydreigon at $299. We got one Reshiram here at $365. All right, next we actually have the black full art Zekrom. This sold for $820, and we have a sale before that at $1,025. Next, we have the white Reshiram. And also, let me know down below if you guys like the white Reshiram better or the black Zekrom better. I'm going to have to see them in person, but to me, the white one looks a little crazier. So I'm going with Reshiram right now, but last sold for this, $1,100, and before that, it was $1,250, best offer accepted. We do have one on auction on the 10th, so it was a few days before these other sales, at $390 with 34 bids. So I definitely wouldn't be paying $1,000 for this card for sure. And the last thing we are going to check is Black Bolt Pokémon Center ETBs and the White Flare ones. So we got the combo for $265, another one at $290, just Black Bolt at $160, the combo again at $280, another combo at $260, best offer accepted. But again, these just shipped, so no one really has these in hand yet, so it should definitely come down in price a little bit for sure. But all right, if you guys do like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. But if you guys want to support more, you can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon Throwback Thursday, which was a must watch, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.